Mr. Deputy Attorney General, welcome to the Commerce, Justice, and Science Appropriations Subcommittee, which we will be hearing and examining the Department of Justice Fiscal Year 2018 budget requests. I'm pleased to welcome you here to your first hearing before this subcommittee, and I'm grateful that you and Attorney General Sessions have brought new, desperately needed leadership to the DOJ. Your input is helpful and necessary as we review the President's spending priorities for the Justice Department in order to ensure that the country's national security and law enforcement needs are funded appropriately and sufficiently. This is a challenging budget climate, as you know. As violent crime has risen and terrorists have escalated, fiscal constraints have tightened. The President proposes to decrease funding at the Department of Justice by $637 million in 18 for a new total of $28.3 billion. Since the start of the new administration and during the early days of your tenure as the Deputy Attorney General, I'm pleased that the Department is refocusing on its core mission of enforcing our nation's Constitution and duly enacted laws. I believe it's critical that we target our finite law enforcement resources toward the worst criminals in our society. And I agree with the Attorney General's directive to federal prosecutors to go after the most violent offenders that we have in our country. Additionally, the importance of prosecuting violent crime is reflected in the President's budget request for 230 new U.S. attorneys to help address this growing problem. This reordering of priorities was further underscored by the Attorney General's reversal of the Obama administration's lenient charging and sentencing policies, requiring federal prosecutors now to pursue the most serious charges and sentences possible. The stronger federal law enforcement approach towards drug crimes, I believe, is critical, and this is a key area where we hope, and I hope you will, see results for more stringent prosecution and sentencing. The heroin and other drug crisis that we have is fueled by drug traffickers who must be brought to justice, I believe, under the law. The Department is also refocused on the critical problem of illegal immigration, making it a priority for prosecutors and in empowering them to bring felony charges whenever possible under the law. Illegal immigration has become one of the most critical problems facing our nation, so it's encouraging to learn that President Trump's tough approach is already resulting in reduced illegal border crossings. To back up the newfound emphasis on tackling illegal immigration, the budget request seeks 40 deputy U.S. Marshals to address the criminal alien problem, 70 additional border enforcement prosecutors, 20 attorneys and support staff to handle civil condemnation work for the southwest border wall, and 20 attorneys and support staff for immigration litigation assistance. I also appreciate the Department's related efforts to place immigration judges in jurisdiction where they are most needed and to quickly hire the immigration judges which the subcommittee has previously funded. Over the last 8 years, dozens of these benches have gone unfulfilled due to the former administration's failure to act. In the meantime, the backlog of immigration cases has grown to a staggering number of 600,000. The proposed budget seeks to increase of $65 million for the Executive Office for Immigration Review to hire another 65 immigration judge teams on top of the 10 that were just provided in the 17 omnibus. We will closely review the details of this request to balance the tremendous need with the restrictive budget environment that we're facing. I trust that the recent establishment of the Department's Task Force on Crime Reduction and Public Safety will continue to provide new ideas and recommendations on how our nation can best combat violent crime, illegal immigration, and other law enforcement challenges. Cybersecurity and counterterrorism remain two of my top national security concerns, and we would want to know more about how this budget supports the Department's efforts to these critical fields. I thank you for your testimony today, and we look forward to hearing you in the question period.